Hey, sit here, get comfortable, put your phone in another room, close your charts. We are going to be here for a while. Today, we're dealing with the single most frustrating, soul-crushing phenomenon in the entire trading industry. It is a psychological trap so vicious that it has destroyed more funded accounts than bad strategy and bad market conditions combined. I am talking about the break-even trap. I am talking about the absolute agonizing mystery of why you know exactly how to make money in the markets from Monday to Thursday, and then by 4 p.m. on Friday, you have somehow given every single penny back to the broker, plus a piece of your original capital. Let me paint the picture. Tell me if you have lived this exact nightmare. It is Thursday afternoon. You have had a beautiful week. You followed your rules, you waited for your setups, you are up 8% on your account. You feel like a financial genius. The birds are singing, your coffee tastes better, and you are already mentally spending that withdrawal. You're looking at car parts online, you're browsing Zillow for houses you can't quite afford yet, but hey, you're up 8%, so it's only a matter of time, right? Then Friday morning rolls around. You sit at your desk. You don't need to trade. You shouldn't trade. Your week is already won. But you open MetaTrader anyway. You look at your balance. It sits at $9,910. Suddenly, a voice in your head speaks up. It says, "You know what would look really nice? A flat $10,000. That's only $90 away. Just one quick, easy little scalp. In and out. Nobody gets hurt. Let's just round it up." So you drop down to the 1-minute chart, you find a setup that looks absolutely terrible, it violates 3 of your core rules, the volume is dead, and the spread is widening. But you take it anyway, because you just need $90. 10 seconds later, the trade goes instantly into drawdown. You are down $50. Now the panic sets in. You aren't up 8% anymore. Now your beautiful, pristine weekly profit is bleeding. So what do? You double down. You widen your stop loss. You enter a second position to average into the loser. The market drops again. Now you're down $400. The 8% profit is entirely gone. Your vision goes red. You enter a full margin psychotic revenge trade right as the New York session closes. By 4:30 p.m., the week is over. You're sitting in the dark, you're down 5% for the week, you gave back all the profit, you took a chunk out of your balance, and you have to spend the entire weekend staring at the ceiling, feeling an entirely unique level of self-hatred. If this is you, take a deep breath. You are not broken. You are not a bad trader. You are just fighting human biology. And today, we're going to fix it. We're going to break down the 4 psychological pillars of why we give our profits back, and I'm going to give you the exact protocol to make sure it never happens to you again. Chapter 1. The Round Number Disease. The first reason you give your profits back is an obsessive-compulsive need for round numbers. Human brains are naturally wired to seek completeness. We hate uneven things. If you look at your account and it says $5,840, your brain feels an itch. It wants to see $6,000. The problem is, the market does not care about your OCD. The market does not care that you are a few dollars away from a major milestone. When you trade to hit a specific dollar amount rather than trading what the chart is actually giving you, you completely abandon your edge. You start forcing the market. You start trying to extract water from a rock. Think about it like network maintenance. If you've ever set up a massive human resource management system or performed routine maintenance on a bank's network server, you know that the system operates on pure logic. You don't try to force a server to update faster just because your shift ends in 10 minutes. If you rush the code, you crash the bank's entire network. You have to let the system run its course. Your trading edge is the exact same way. It is a logical sequence of inputs and outputs, but when you introduce the round number disease, you are corrupting the code. You take low-probability setups, you increase your lot size out of nowhere to cover the distance faster. You turn a systematic, professional operation into a desperate scrabble for spare change. The cure for this is brutal but simple. You must permanently divorce your emotions from the account balance. You should not even be looking at your P&L while you're in a trade. Measure your success in percentages, or better yet, in R multiple. If you secured a 1-to-3 risk-to-reward ratio for the week, you won the week, even if your account balance ends in a weird, ugly number like $4,713. Learn to love the ugly numbers, because forcing the round numbers will bankrupt you. Chapter 2. The House Money Effect. The second reason we self-sabotage is a cognitive bias known as the house money effect. This is a concept straight out of casino psychology. When a gambler walks into a casino with $1,000 and wins $500, they do something very strange. Mentally, they separate that money into two different buckets. They view their original $1,000 as my money, and they view the $500 of profit as the house's money. Because they view it as the casino's money, they treat it with absolutely zero respect. They make wildly aggressive bets. They take risks they would never take with their own paycheck. And, inevitably, they lose it all. Traders do the exact same thing. When you have a massive winning streak on Tuesday and Wednesday, you start looking at your floating profits as if they aren't real. You tell yourself, well, I'm up $1,000 for the week, so I can afford to take this really risky garbage trade. Even if I lose, I'm just losing the market's money. Listen to me very carefully. There is no such thing as the market's money. The second a trade hits your take profit and that balance updates, that is your money. That is capital you can use to pay your rent, buy your groceries, or fund your life. Treating your profits like monopoly money is the ultimate sign of disrespect to your own hard work. When you look at a chart of a blown account, it almost always looks like a staircase going up and an elevator going straight down. That elevator drop happens because the trader stopped respecting the capital. If you want to survive in this game, you have to treat every single dollar in your account as if you just broke your back doing manual labor for 12 hours to earn it. Do not segregate your funds. Protect your profits with the exact same ruthless aggression that you used to protect your initial deposit.
Chapter 3. The Subconscious Fear of Success. Now we are getting into the deep psychology. This is the part that makes people uncomfortable, but we have to talk about it. Sometimes you give your profits back because subconsciously you do not believe you deserve them. We call this the imposter syndrome of trading. When you have spent a year or 2 years or 5 years consistently losing money in the markets, your brain gets comfortable with the identity of being a losing trader. As miserable as it is a familiar state. You know how to handle the pain of a blown account. You know the routine of depositing more money. Then, suddenly, you have a breakthrough. You build an automated system, or you finally nail your risk management and you pull out a massive winning week. Instead of feeling joy, your subconscious brain panics. This new reality, being a winner, being profitable, feels alien. It feels unsafe. Deep down, a voice whispers, "You aren't a real trader. You just got lucky. You're a fraud. You don't deserve this kind of money." So what does your brain do to protect you from this unfamiliar territory? It engineers a way to get you back to your comfort zone. It subtly nudges you to over-leverage. It convinces you to ignore a stop-loss. It orchestrates a massive, catastrophic loss on a Friday afternoon so you can look in the mirror and say, "Ah, there it is. I knew I couldn't do it. I'm back to being the guy who loses." Self-sabotage is not an accident. It is your brain's defense mechanism trying to return you to your baseline identity. To break this cycle, you have to actively rewrite your identity. You have to look at your winning trades and systematically prove to yourself that it wasn't luck. You have to say, "I am keeping this profit because I executed my plan flawlessly. I am a professional. I deserve the results of my discipline." You have to normalize the feeling of having money in your account without feeling a desperate subconscious urge to set it on fire. Chapter 4. The Need for Action. The Dopamine Trap. Let's be brutally honest. A lot of you don't give your profits back because of the money. You give your profits back because you are bored and you are addicted to the dopamine of being in an active trade. Trading, when done correctly, is the most boring job on the planet. I've said it before on this channel. Good trading is just watching paint dry while looking at a candlestick chart. But when you are sitting at your desk on a Thursday and you've already hit your weekly target, the silence becomes deafening. You see the charts moving, you see red and green flashing, your brain is craving the chemical rush of risk. You aren't entering a trade because you see a high probability setup. You are entering a trade because you want to feel something. You are treating MetaTrader like a video game. This is why we force trades in dead zones. This is why we trade the Asian session when the market is moving 2 pips an hour. We just want the action. And the market is absolutely ruthless to people who trade for entertainment. The market will charge you a massive premium for your dopamine hit. If you are craving excitement, close your laptop. Go play a video game. Go to the gym and lift heavy weights. Go watch a movie. Do not use your live trading account as an entertainment system. You must separate your need for excitement from your financial vehicle. Chapter 5. The Take the Money and Run Protocol. All right, we have diagnosed the disease. We know why you sabotage yourself. Now I'm going to give you the exact non-negotiable protocol to fix it. This is how you keep the money you make. Rule number 1, the weekly profit lock. You must establish a hard walk-away percentage. For example, if your goal is 5% a week, the absolute second your account hits plus 5%, you are legally fired from your job as a trader until Monday morning. I don't care if it's Tuesday at 10 a.m. and the most beautiful textbook setup of your entire life forms on the chart. You do not touch it. You take the money, you close the platform, and you walk away. The market will be there next week. Lock the doors. Rule number 2, the drawdown cutoff. If you refuse to stop trading when you hit your profit target, you must implement a trailing drawdown. Let's say you are up 6% for the week. You decide to take one more trade. If that trade loses and drops your weekly profit from 6% down to 4%, you are immediately done. You never ever allow a winning week to turn into a losing week. You build a firewall at the 4% mark. If the fire reaches the wall, you pull the plug on the server. Rule number 3, mandatory Friday fasting. For the next 90 days, I want you to completely ban yourself from taking a new position on a Friday. Just try it. Fridays are notorious for institutional profit-taking, widening spreads, and unpredictable volatility before the weekend gap. Most retail traders die on Fridays. Take Friday off. Use that day to backtest, journal your week, and study your data analysis. Be a data scientist on Friday, not a gambler. Becoming a profitable trader isn't just about learning how to make money. Anybody can get lucky and make money on a random Wednesday. The true mark of a professional, the defining characteristic of the 10%, is the ability to keep it. You have to conquer the round number disease. You have to respect your profits and kill the house money effect. You have to believe you deserve success, and you have to stop using the market as a cheap source of dopamine. Stop giving your hard work back to people who didn't earn it. Protect your capital, protect your mind, and take your profits home. If this audio session finally clicked for you and you are officially done donating your weekly profits back to the broker, hit the subscribe button. Join the gold standard markets community. We are building real, systematic wealth here, one disciplined trade at a time. Leave a comment below and tell me the worst Friday afternoon blown account story you have. Let's get it out of our system. Have a great, disciplined week. See you in the next one.